Hi, Claire. I'm super happy
Hello.
to be here with you. I'm such a fan.
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Congrats for the movie. And my first question is, I have to say I was really struck by the bond and closeness between Ellen and Mabel. So I'm curious, how did you train to perform those scenes with the hawk? And there are moments where you two even mirror each other's movements, so I'm really curious about that.
Um, yeah, so I trained for 2 weeks with uh the main hawks that I was working with. There were four in total that I was spending most of my time with. And I was able to get comfortable with them, comfortable with the kind of processes of falconry. And that was obviously really helpful when we were shooting it. Also to kind of get into the head of Helen, really, because Helen was a very, very skilled falconer. And the Goshawks are the film, they're so much a part of Helen's journey, but also just the story of the film itself is all about these beautiful, incredible birds. And I definitely felt a really strong connection to them, and some of the birds in particular, I felt very attached to. But I think that's a kind of one-way street. I don't know whether they were attached to me.
And let me ask you, you were familiar with the Helen's story and the book before taking on the role? What was your research process like as you prepared to play her?
No, I wasn't familiar with it. I'm so happy that the book was brought to my attention through playing Helen. I was so moved by their memoir, and I just found it so incredibly kind of visceral and vivid, and yeah, I'm really, really grateful to have had such a kind of intimate connection with that story. And it means a lot to a lot of people, so I'm just really proud to be involved with it.
And I wanted to ask you, your portrayal of Ellen's grief is incredibly moving. So how did you find the balance between her emotional arc and the very physical demanding aspects of the role? It feels like the character challenged you on multiple levels. So how was this experience?
Yeah, it's a great question. It really did. I think that a lot of the physical side of it was kind of the endurance of actually making the film. We made it in winter, and we were outside a lot. And it was grueling in the sense that it was grueling to kind of be in that emotional state for that many hours of a day. And the emotional journey of it was so kind of linked to the physicality of it, I think. And Yeah, it was really profound experience to shoot and to be welcomed into Helen's world like that. All the family and Helen were incredibly generous, and it gave us so much access to not just kind of their emotional lives, but also just to their home. A lot of the set dressing was Helen's, and it all just gave such a level of kind of authenticity, and it felt very truthful. And that was all I was kind of aiming for when making it, was to make it as true as humanly possible.
And let me ask you one more thing. Um, if you have one favorite scene from this movie.
Oh my God, there's so many I'd choose. I think any of the moments where I'm interacting with the birds as themselves, and there's very little performance involved. Were my favourites to shoot, because it's a really special thing to be able to do and experience.
I imagine. Thank you so much for this interview,
Thank you
for
so much,
talking to me.
Stephanie.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.